What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, previews and vlogs. Alright, so today we're going to be doing some work on the new 4Runner that's been introduced to the channel and of course to my household, and that is my winter truck or winter beater or hoopty or whatever you want to call it. First thing we're going to do on that truck, it needs some TLC. Needs brakes on it, of course. I did some of the work already on it, but it needs some TLC. Like I said, brakes. It's going to need brakes. Which is for the most important, but I'm not doing that today. What is second important to me is cleaning the inside of it. Now, let's take a look at this thing. So the interior of this truck is pretty nasty. I mean, if you guys look right in here, look at this, all dust. I don't know what the last owner used this truck for, if it was work, whatever it was. I cleaned the handle because this was disgusting. I kind of just cleaned it real quick, but the whole thing needs to be cleaned out. I mean, the dash is all dusty. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on there, if it's picking it up. Carpet is nasty. It seems like it might have been used for construction. The guy also, I have found a pack of cigarettes in here already, which there was none in there. This is the back, of course, of it. Cup holders. It's nasty. It smells like smoke in there. With my son having asthma and me having a baby, and this is the car that once I start driving into Chicago to pick up my daughter, I'm gonna be using. I can't have this car smelling like just heavy smoke or anything. Now look at this. This cover, of course, it usually is locked in. It's actually pretty cool. Was like this, which is all down and flat. And it looks disgusting. Of course, that needs to be cleaned up as well, vacuumed and all that good stuff. You do this, you get like a second level. Seems like the bottom was hardly ever used. Look at that. That thing is spotless. But again, we have leaves on the side here, on the corners, inside of the carpeting in here. That's all got to be taken care of. This side as well. There's stuff here and there. You know, there's still garbage inside of there. There's still garbage in here and in here. This carpet is all messed up. The seats, the leather. More than likely the cabin filter has to be replaced. I replaced the engine air filter, which was nasty a few days ago. But more than likely that cabin filter has to be replaced. Now, I don't know how good the last owner took care of his car. I checked the transmission oil. It actually seems pretty decent. It's red. It's a light color. It's not dark. And even checked the engine oil, and that's also okay. That still needs to get an oil change done because I did buy the oil last time with the filter, but I forgot that these cars have a little gasket on the actual filler plug, and I don't have the gasket, which I have to go pick up. But the oil still looks new. So the oil looks new. The trans oil looks new. Brake fluid definitely needs to be replaced, and the brakes are more rust than anything. I think it sat around a lot more than it actually drove. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but so brakes are gonna get done at some point. Same thing with the brake fluid. But today, again, I gotta get that interior clean. I spend, of course, most of my time in the interior. My kids are gonna be in there, my daughter's gonna be in there, and I just wanna make sure that it's clean, safe, and pretty much doesn't smell like smoke when I'm driving. So basically, what we're gonna be doing is they're going to be using, of course, a vacuum cleaner, a shop vac to get everything cleaned up. I rented one of these from Home Depot. You can rent these from Home Depot for like 25 bucks to rent it for 4 hours or 30 for a full day. I took it off for the full day, which I don't think I'm going to need it, but you never know. The rug doctor, I had this from cleaning the house before, the carpet, deep cleaning carpet, this stuff. And then also, we're going to be using Mr. Cleaner erasers. This is going to be for the dash, the doors. We're gonna be using some Dawn soap. I'm gonna use this on the carpet. Actually, I'm gonna spray it. It's some a small bottle, a sprayer, with some water, fill it with Dawn detergent, and scrub it off with that. And of course, the carpet cleaner will come in after I do the scrubbing on the carpet, and then we'll use some of this quick leather detailer at the end. Now, like I said, it's going to be a deep cleaning of the dash, the inside, the seats and everything. Now, I do know, of course, the seats are ripped here. It's wear marks on this side, some wear marks on there. That is not, I'm not doing anything with those. It's basically more of a cleaning. I mean, look at this. Look at how nasty that looks. That's disgusting. I've been driving it like that. I don't want anybody else in my car like that. Even this door handle, look at that. So all this is going to be cleaned out on the inside. That's pretty much, in sense of importance of getting this car prepped the way I want it, it's second. The brakes are first, but again, since I only drive like 5 miles to work, I'm okay with the brakes for now, but the brakes are the next thing to be done on this car. All right, so for starters, first thing we got to do here is pretty much, let's get everything out of the car, everything cleared out, my pop, my phone, hand sanitizer, and then first thing is we're gonna get the vacuum on here and clear everything out. Anything that's loose, any loose dirt, we're gonna get it out of here. Everything in the carpet, we're gonna vacuum up here, just the dash and everything, just to get all the loose dirt from the whole car out before we start going into detail and pretty much doing a deep cleaning on the inside. So first things first, let's get everything cleared out and vacuum. Alright guys, so all the carpeting is cleaned up, pretty much vacuumed. So I'm going to show you exactly where I vacuum and what I vacuum. Now, again, this is the way I clean cars, my process of doing it. You guys can do it your own way. You guys take one of my tips here and use it, apply it when you're cleaning a car. That's perfectly fine. That's why I make these videos. But I'm showing you my way of how I clean the cars. So, of course, we cleaned up all the carpeting, vacuumed the carpeting, and I cleaned it. Underneath the seats, I was able to get in there. And on the back, of course, took all the carpets out of here, cleaned this. I mean, these are not so bad. There's still stains on them. I'm going to clean them as much as I can. We got underneath the seats here. Make sure we got everything there. Pull this one back as well. Make sure you get stuff in there. Now, that kind of stuff underneath the seats, I'm not going to be shampooing, especially on the ones in the front, because they do have airbag sensors, and I don't want to get any water or get them wet any kind of way. Cleaned up the trunk. This whole area is going to be, of course, shampooed. But before I even do that, we're gonna go ahead and start cleaning the dash, the doors, steering wheel. It's all nasty. Get all this stuff kind of cleaned out of here and get the dash all nice and clean, looking good. Then after that, we'll do the carpeting. And of course, I am gonna be replacing the cabin filter, like I said earlier. And then I'm also gonna be bombing the car. Pretty much, I'm not gonna be blowing it up for say, but with this right here, what this is pretty much an odor remover. You push this in there, let it sit in there with the car running, AC on recirculate, and have this actually eliminates a lot of the odors. Now I didn't even get one, I got like 2 or 3 of them in there, and that's for the simple fact because this car is pretty bad with that cigarette smell in there. But anyways, let me go ahead and do this. Next day again, we're gonna clean up the dash. All right, so to clean up the dash, I'm gonna use some Mr. Clean Magic erasers. These are actually really, really good. Now, when we do this, we're gonna dip these into a bucket of water, and we're gonna do everything in here, including this area right here. Now you're probably gonna go through a bunch of these. 6 pads come in here, probably go through the whole box, especially with this car. One thing I want to say is do not get the radio wet. For one, this radio is being replaced anyways, but don't get all the electronics soaking wet because you don't want water damaging everything in here. And everything here works, so I just don't want any water damaging anything. I also have a small brush, which is a detail brush, which is this little detail brush here. This is pretty much to kind of go inside the edges. These are for the vents, to get in the vents there. Got some microfiber towels to wipe everything down with. Then, of course, I got some leather detailer. This is for the end, once we're finishing everything up, just to kind of give it a nice shine for everything. These cars are known for cracking in the dash. There are cracks already here. I care less. Again, I bought this car really cheap. Look at that. But I don't care. I bought the car very cheap. I'm still enjoying it. My biggest thing is mechanical. As long as it's mechanically sound and pretty much the frame holds up, this car is golden for a while. So again, let's go ahead and get going on the interior here. Start cleaning this whole dash. Alright, so just started cleaning this. You guys noticed, still got a long way to go. I got the steering wheel pretty much clean of all that gunk and grime of whatever the hell was on there. The shifter, I'm working on a center console right now. This is the sponge, of course, from the Mr. Clean eraser. Look at the water though. Look how nasty that is. That was clean water. And just off of the center console, the steering wheel, not even the center console, the dash and the steering wheel, that nastiness came out of there. Gotta change the water, because if not, I'm gonna basically, that's disgusting. So gonna take a little bit longer. Of course, you guys saw me kind of using a little pick to get in the edges there. Again, I'm gonna clean this as best as possible. I'm not gonna go in, you know, completely detail it or disassemble the center dash to get into the nooks and crannies. I mean, I can do that. It's gonna take me a lot longer, maybe in another video, but not now. Just trying to get all this nastiness out of the actual car. So let me go change this water out here. So seat is finally all cleaned up as best as possible. So that's all taken care of. I did the trim here, inside of here and everything. Inside the whole trim is all clean and everything. So you gotta do a final touch, just kind of a little quick detail here. And of course the door is all taken care of as well. I will post on there, of course, at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. I'll have the before and after of how it looked before to after. Now, of course, to get all the final touches for the dash, we're gonna be using Chemical Guys VRP protectant. For the leather seats, I'm going to use a quick detailer, cleans and restores, of course, it's for leather. And for, of course, anything else, plastic, everything like that, I'm just going to clean it up with some invisible glass. And then I will use quick detailer. It's Chemical Guys quick detailer. I will put all the descriptions of everything I'm using for the plastic and everything else that I'm going to be kind of giving it a nice shine and nice finish after that. And then we'll start on this nasty carpet, mainly this side, a little bit on the passenger, but the back and everything's not so bad, but it's mainly this front one right here. So let's go ahead, get this thing cleaned up, get it all nice, looking all pretty, and we'll be back and do the carpet. Finally, all the interior is done other than the carpet, which is actually next. So let's take a look at this. I mean, so that looks really nice now. Of course, you can actually see that crack a lot more, but don't care about that really. All cleaned out. That nasty dirt is out of there. In here, even in the center console there. So this is just a scratch on there, can't get that off, of course, but pretty much all done. Doors, and of course this nasty chair, which is now cleaned up. Protection. I mean, there's little spots here and there that I missed, but no big deal. Most of that grime is gone. Passenger, driver, and in the back here, which wasn't that bad actually. This actually was, I didn't even have to wash this side, but pretty much it's all taken care of. Even the little pockets on the doors are done. So now to the last step, which is cleaning this carpet. Now I'm contemplating on cleaning the whole car, possibly because there's areas here and there. One thing I can't clean, of course, is going to be that headliner. Never clean a headliner, because any that's glued on there, pretty much you put any type of solvent or water or whatever it is, you're gonna end up that's gonna end up sagging in the future. So I mean, the back is not that bad, honestly. Might skip a step here and there, but we'll clean both passenger and driver for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started right now. First, we're gonna spray it down with the dishwash detergent. All right, so finally got the interior dash and the seats all cleaned out. Camera out the way here. All right, so we finally got. All right, so interior is done. Pretty much where the dash, all that nastiness is gone. I mean, there is some nastiness inside of the vents here, but it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get into those vents there. But most of the dash stuff is gone. All the grime, gunk, cleaned out. That seat is pretty much clean. Passenger seat, driver seat, back seat is all clean. The doors are cleaned out. Last thing is this nasty carpet. So I'm gonna do this carpet. I'm gonna do the passenger side carpet. I might do this back carpet here in this area, and I'm definitely doing the back end there. But that area doesn't look that bad, but we'll see. I might just do the entire car just for the heck of it. But this is the nastiest carpet of all of them. This the set right here with the coffee stains and the dirt and all that stuff. We'll see how much of this we could actually get out of here. So let's go ahead and get this going so we can finish this car and get it all nice and ready. Gotta also do the windows, but cleaning the windows is no big deal. And then of course I want to get it washed. It's gonna run through a wash because I do have another video for you guys on how I'm gonna wash this car and make this thing come back to life. This paint, this color, it's like a bluish, grayish color, and it looks really, really nice when it's clean and detailed. So we're gonna get this thing buffed out and everything and make it look really nice. So, all right, let me get ahead and start it, get this carpet cleaned out. So the first thing I'm gonna use is pretty much this, again, the Dawn soap with the water in there. I'm gonna spray that in the big heavy stain areas. We're gonna take a brush, scrub it really hard, kind of get really deep in there before we actually use the carpet cleaner. So we're gonna do that all the way around the car, and then we're gonna go ahead and use the carpet cleaner on it. So for the purposes of the video, so it's not a 5-hour long video or even an hour long video. I know I made 2 videos before and they were about an hour plus long, and I don't want to do that anymore because a lot of people attention in YouTube are not gonna sit there for an hour and wait to watch the whole entire video. So you saw me do this. I'm gonna let it sit there and soak for a little bit on the carpet for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use the carpet cleaner, and I'm gonna do it throughout the car. So I'm gonna show you guys the driver's side, and then of course I'll stop the video there, finish the entire car, and show you the finished product afterwards. All right, so it's time to use the carpet cleaner now. So if you guys have never used one of these, again, you can rent them for a day for $30 from Home Depot or $24 for 4 hours. I rented it out for the day in case, because I knew it was gonna take me a while to get to this point. Now, to use one of these is very simple. This whole thing here lifts up from here. Let me unplug that hose from the back. So this whole thing lifts up, and this is where the dirty water goes. And to empty this out, of course, all you gotta do is pull this up, that cap comes off, and you could drain the water from there. Clean water goes here, and your detergent, which is usually what you wanna get is one of these, goes on this side here. Now, this is a different model. Some of them have like a red one to rent out. That one wasn't available, so usually the red one has a level on how much water you could actually put in, or you could actually see. This one I would have to unscrew this to see how much water is in there. So what I did is I put about 1.5 gallons of water in there with about two cups of, or not 2 cups, but about 2 capfuls of the OxiClean carpet cleaner in there. That should be enough to use. So like I said, so pretty much you fill the water in here and the soap goes in there, which is gonna be this, which is meant for this. Now you don't want to ruin this machine because it costs you thousands of dollars. You got to pay them if you want to ruin it. I didn't take the protection plan either, so got to be very careful. So now this, the way you fill that out is 4 ounces, or 1/2 cup per gallon of hot tap water. So I do got hot tap water in there, and then of course you want to get the extension as well because it doesn't come with this. You want to make sure you tell them you want the handheld extension, which is this piece here that it comes with, and it's pretty self-explanatory how it hooks up to the machine. So let's go ahead and get started in cleaning the driver's side here. Alright, so carpet's all clean. That's as best as I could get it. But it looks 10 times better than it did before. Look at that. Like I said, there will be, of course, a before and after at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And I did, of course, the passenger side as well. Again, the driver's side was the worst. The coffee stains are gone that were there. Most of that is gone, of course, that's kind of just embedded in there. But that's cleaned out. Got most of this out of there. That wasn't so bad in the back. The carpets, the floor mats I should say, cleaned up pretty nicely. Same thing with the one in the back here. Some of these stains are not coming out, period. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do to them. I tried cleaning that stain off of there as well. That kind of got a little bit lighter, but again, I'm not worried about the back hatch as much because this is gonna get dirty anyways. Again, this is my winter beater or my hoopty or my second car or my work car, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not too worried about this back end here. And as I said, passenger side wasn't as bad. I mean, literally just kind of went over it real quick with the carpet cleaner, but wasn't so bad here. And this side, mainly it had the stains right here, which those came out. But other than that, must say came out and did a pretty good job overall. There's some stains up there, not worried about those. Now, next thing to do, last couple things is take out the cabin filter, replace that cabin filter, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put a odor scent bomb or whatever you want to call those things in here, just to kind of clear out any last smell from the cigarette. I mean, most of it's gone. I've had the doors open pretty much all day, cleaned everything else out, so it smells like cleaner in here right now. But let's get that microfilter removed and get the car bombed, and we'll finish then. All right, to remove this filter, I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna take out this screw right here, this Phillips screw. And then you're just gonna pull back on this, and on this side, this clip over here. Just work it out of the box there, and then that comes down like this. And of course, the filter is going to be in this box right here, which this just pulls out from each of these little flaps. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that. That hasn't been changed in who knows how long. There's even tissue in there. What the hell? What the hell's even that? That is disgusting. I mean, there was tissue stuck in there somehow. How did that tissue get inside of there? Ugh, that is sick. All right, let's get the new filter, put the new filter in. All right, so the new filter is pretty much model number or part number from CarQuest, by the way. It's a CarQuest filter. It's part number 89883. All right, so we'll get the new filter in there. So just real quick, to pull the filter out, just make it past these flaps, just pretty much yank it out, and then the new filter goes right in there. Make sure these flaps are on there properly, and then we just put everything back in, just like that. Actually, you want to make sure is that there's no leaves in there, because if not, that'll make noise as well. So let's check that real quick. All right, so I checked that, no leaves in there, that's fine. And now we put this back. Now, one thing about putting the glove box back, since mine completely fell off, make sure that these hinges, these things right here, are on these hinges right there, and that'll be that one and that one. You gotta make sure that these lock into there before you put it back on, because if not, it's not gonna close properly. So the car is completely clean now. I could almost put this in the dealership showroom, inside wise of course, and resell it, but I'm gonna keep it. I like it, I like my car, I like my truck, I should say. So last step, so I sprayed some Ozium in here on the floor, a little bit on the headliner and stuff, just to kind of get rid of some of that more smell. We got the cabin filter replaced. Car is clean and decontaminated from most of that smell, but still want to do one last step just to make sure. And this is what we're going to use. We're going to use the Fresh X Rapid Odor Eliminator. Now this thing here, what we have to do is basically let this go, let the car run for about 15 minutes while this sprays in here, and leave all the doors closed and everything else. Then of course open the doors up, let her air out for about 5 minutes, and this should help as well eliminate any odors. So here's what we're going to do. Open it up. And of course you want to get everything out of here that you don't want in here while you're doing this. So boxes out of here, no carpets in here. I took the carpets out. I am going to spray those with Ozium outside too. Alright, so let's turn the car on. Alright, hit the AC on high. AC is on. Recirculate, make sure the circulate is always on. And we're going to go ahead and open this thing up. And I'm going to try to do this one-handed here, but alright, so I'm not going to put it here because this is going to spray out in the air here. So I'm going to probably just put it right here. Back seat. Put it on the back seat. Close the doors. And let the car do its thing. So it's been about 15-16 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and... So of course, it's smelling good in here. Good. Bottle's empty. Gotta let it air out for a little bit now. Shut the car off. Instead of sitting in it, smelling that in, it's gonna give me a headache. Open all the doors. And let her air out for about 5 to 10 minutes or so. And that's it. Alright guys, so pretty much done with the car. It's all set. I'm letting it air out right now. I gotta take this carpet washer, carpet cleaner back to Home Depot because tomorrow I work and I have no time to do it tomorrow. But cleaned out the car. I'm gonna give you guys some shots of before and after so you guys can actually compare what it looked like. And if you guys got some actual tips on this from the way I cleaned it, go ahead, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not a professional detailer by any means, so you know, hold off on those comments if you did something wrong. It came out the way I needed it to. It's clean, pretty much. So that cabin filter was a mess, the air filter was a mess. Don't know if the last owner didn't take care of the car. I hope the second owner did because I'm not doing the belts on this, or the timing belt or the spark plugs till summer of next year. So crossing my fingers that the second owner did some maintenance to this car because I don't think the last owner did anything to this thing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you guys have some tips from it, anything you guys took from this video, that's basically what I do these videos for, to share with you guys how I do my things. And some people, and I've noticed some people do like my videos, enjoy my videos, and actually get some kind of advice from them. So again, if you guys are stopping by for the first time and you want to, hit the subscribe button, also hit the like, share this video, and of course all comments are welcome. I'll see you guys on my next video.